We narrowed our deck colors down to 3 options, and over 2,000 of you lovely folks told us which you preferred for the courtyard and rooftop decks we're building. It was really hard to commit to a color for a big space like this, especially with our house already being gray and having the oak windows. But you didn't have any trouble telling us. 22% of you love Coastline because it'll match the gray of our house exterior. 31% chose Weathered Teak because it'll match the inside floor colors and be cooler to the touch. And a whopping 47% like Antique Leather because its richer color will most closely go with our existing window frames. In the middle of the deck build, the crew runs out of the 4x4s for the legs, so Sean does a quick run to Home Depot to pick them up.
Well, you're meant to get 8-foot lengths, but they don't have any 8 foot, so you just get 10, and you make that 10 foot of work.
The absolute best part of having a rare driveway in New York City is that no one can park in front of it without getting a ticket and towed, so there's always a spot waiting for us at home. With the wood for the final posts on site, the crew's able to finish the rest of the supports, and with the base now completed, we can turn our attention to the steel stairs and deck, which are also being clad in TimberTech, and get them ready for their big day. Which turns out to be perfectly timed because a huge delivery truck from Dykes Lumber arrives with a hefty load of TimberTech that our crew all begins to unload and bring into our driveway. We chose Weathered Teak, y'all, and it was because of something you all pointed out, which was how close it'll look to the oak floors we just refinished inside our home. And we're happy that it's one of TimberTech's planks that's engineered to be up to 30 degrees cooler in the sun than darker planks. Hector and Jonathan get right to work cutting the 20-foot long boards and placing them on the top of the steel deck, replacing the wood construction planks we've been using. TimberTech offers 3 different widths that you can mix and match, so we chose their 3-inch wide and 7-inch wide planks and are alternating them across the entire deck. For our stairs, we're using a pair of 5-inch wide planks on each tread, and these are screwed in from underneath. Across the courtyard, Juan and Jonathan have begun laying out the picture frame that'll go around the entire deck using the 5-inch boards on the outside, then alternating for the rest of it, and we determined that there'll be an 1/8 of an inch gap between the planks. Once they get going, those 20-foot long boards go down fast, and by the end of the first day of work, our crew has our deck mostly covered, and we can really see what it's going to be like to enjoy this space.
One day.
It is amazing how real it looks in person. And the fact that we never have to sand, stain, or seal it makes me so happy. It's a new day in the courtyard, and the crew is back at work covering the rest of the deck. We're putting some in-deck lights in all the spots with blue tape, so we're running the wiring before they finish laying the boards. After a few hours, the guys have made it over to the other side and are fitting the last piece in place. Sean suggested that we run the deck all the way into the stairs, otherwise it'd be a hole filled with leaves. So the guys get to work back here too, and in order to screw the boards underneath the bottom step, they've got a bit that goes sideways. Nice. To fasten all of the decking boards down, we're using a bit that I've never seen before. It's part of TimberTech's hidden fastening system that sinks the screws deep into the board, creating a hole. Then that hole is filled with a tiny plug of the same material with the grain going in the same direction, so that when it's hammered in, it fills the hole and it totally disappears. It's crazy, isn't it? Like in person, I can't even find them. And it creates a seamless backdrop where we'll have so many family gatherings. It's finally here, you guys. We're wrapped in TimberTech from the top of our deck to our courtyard below. And while we may only have a couple of chairs and some plants for now, we can't wait to create a dreamy courtyard. You're just gonna have to give us a minute.